Last year, for my 2022 year in review video, I did a whole snowshoeing trip to camp up in the mountains with big views and starry skies. This year, I'm actually not even leaving home. Instead, a giant freezing rain and ice storm blew in, which brought everything in the area to a freezing stop. Right in the middle of making this year in review video, we lost power and heat. And let me tell you, last year's excursion was cold, and I even forgot a beanie, but I don't think it compares to this year, going 3 to 5 days without a heat source and freezing temps and trees crashing all around. To be honest, I almost threw in the towel on this one. I didn't have to make this video, and I could have let it pass by. It's been incredibly hard to focus and function when you're just trying to stay warm. It makes me feel even more for people who have it harder off. I do have shelter. I do have food and clean water. I have a working bathroom. While it's tough for me, many people don't have those things, and it's not by choice and not just during ice storms. So I want to be thankful for what I do have and share it with others, which is what this video is all about. I'm thankful that this will be my 6th year of running my own video photo business, Spring-Fed Media. It's wild to think how much each year is built on the last, and I really feel like there's so much to gain by reflecting on where we've been, to understand where we're at, and then hone in on where we want to go. So I want to do just that, to go back to the start of 2023, when there was snow in the mountains on a much sunnier day. 2023 kicked off by jumping on some snowmobiles with the sports clothing company, SportHill. It was a bluebird day, and we set out to capture action-packed video of skiing, running, and snowshoeing. With the combo of using the drone and running along with the skiers, we were able to capture some incredible footage of their winter apparel. Next were some videos for some local live music. We followed the band Mixed Reviews during one of their live events, creating a documentary-style promo video, showcasing the energy and fun they bring to any show and event they play. For another project, we captured some video for the soulful and funky DJ Roartron, who's also a local and personal favorite. Once winter turned to spring, we were back again flying drones to live broadcast the Pac-12 Rowing Championships. This is another challenging event to capture, always needing to have 2 drones in the air cycling through batteries while broadcasting the races. But with a talented and dedicated team of filmmakers and freelancers, we pulled it off beautifully. This year, a lot of time was spent with grain millers, capturing the planting of oat crops in the spring, along with harvesting them in the fall. Besides getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, it was really inspiring to see the process of where our food comes from and talk with the people who help grow and deliver healthy food like oats and other grains to people all over the country and world. A lot of time was also spent on the Oregon coast this past year while creating videos for the Friends of Otter Rock and the Lincoln City Audubon Society. These videos help show how incredible and fragile these underwater ecosystems are. These groups are working to be stewards and ambassadors for the land and water while also ensuring their sustainability into the future. An exciting new venture for me this year was gathering the pieces and fully rigging out my new Sony FX6 camera. Everything was put to the test while filming one of my first narrative projects in a long time. The supernatural thriller movie called Warders was fully scripted and storyboarded with a great group of actors and crew to help make it happen. We captured some truly cinematic footage with some amazing people, and I can't wait to see how the edit comes together. Leading into summer and this year's forest fire season, I decided to make a big move and come out of retirement from wildland firefighting. The last time I was on an active fire assignment was 10 years ago in 2013 while just graduating from college. Having grown up along the Mackenzie River, I've been truly passionate about creating videos on the topic of fire, especially after the Labor Day fires of 2020, which greatly impacted my home community. To open more doors into this area, I decided to go back and regain my red card certification for wildland firefighting. I took the week-long training course, registered my business through NWSA, bought the proper PPE, and am now fully certified to be out on active fire lines. One of the first fire projects I worked on this year was following the organization's Fire Brand Resiliency Collective and the Rogue Valley Prescribed Burn Association, who are working to make their communities more resilient to fires and make prescribed burning more accessible. This was a place also greatly impacted by the 2020 Labor Day fires, and I'm hoping more efforts like this can help develop a positive and more proactive relationship with fire and communities. I also spent a fair bit of time around Waldo Lake and the Cedar Creek fire, which burned in 2022. We captured aerial footage using a very niche camera stabilizer and looked at the landscape scale of the many fires over the past 30 years. Later that summer, I was able to work with retired Forest Service researchers who have been collecting fire ecology data since 1997 in the Charlton Fire, which was also newly reburned in the Cedar Creek Fire. The other big event planned for this summer was getting to marry my fiancée Alex in August, right in the middle of fire season. Everything was planned to be up the Mackenzie River, but the Bedrock Fire was already burning just 15 miles away as the crow flies. Thankfully, the smoke held off just long enough, and we had an incredible weekend with family and friends, and we could not have been more thankful. That same weekend, the smaller Lookout Fire also popped up, bringing constant aircraft flying over while dropping water on the fire. Less than 24 hours after our reception ended, that entire portion of the Mackenzie was triggered with a Level 3 Go Now evacuation. For the next 2 months, the Lookout Fire burned closer and closer to the community, but thankfully, firefighters were able to keep it from directly impacting structures. This whole experience, along with the repeated fires summer after summer so close to home, is just another reason why I want to continue telling stories and sharing information about forest fires and how our communities can become more resilient with more fires into the future. And to be honest, with this whole ice storm, it makes me realize that we really need to have a stronger community connection and response to extreme events like this. I'm always thankful to work on a wide range of projects, and this past year was no different, like capturing some energetic photos of rowing and mountain biking events for Travel Lane County. I also got to print and deliver my largest image to date, now hanging in the Lane County Health Building. For my framed landscape photography, they're currently hanging up at the Mackenzie River Clinic, thankfully also not lost in the Lookout Fire. Doing this type of work, the personal and professional passions can blur together, and the last event of 2023 was a big one. My wife and I were really thankful to finally buy our first home, moving to Springfield, just a few miles away from the banks of the Mackenzie River again. It's been a huge process, especially having something like this storm happen a month after moving in. After going through this home ownership process, I've also realized that this feeling of owning a home and a deeper connection to place is more out of reach to buy today than ever before for so many people, and I don't think it's going to be getting easier, making this all hit even harder for me. Moving and unpacking my business into the new home office feels like a reorganizing and grounding of over 14 years of creating media and video, and the past 6 years of creating it through Spring-Fed Media. Being able to start our marriage in a new home, along with a dedicated home office for my business, feels like a moment in life to be sincerely humble, grateful, and thankful for. It's been a year filled with family and friends, feeling the support from everyone, and I do mean everyone. If we've talked or if we know each other at all, you have all contributed to the process, and I thank you. I can't tell you how incredibly excited I am to get this all cleaned up and keep it moving forward into the future in 2024.